Namaskar, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, as per the time zone of your country. I, Professor Anand Chaudhary, once again before you with my third series, that is the Trained with the Tradition, the Scientific Salutation to Ayurveda. Of course, we are, and when I say we, I mean Ayurveda, the Ayurvedic medical science. We are the one of the most ancient systematic medical system of the country. Not the country, but I can say the globe. So friends, here a lot of things, a lot of good music, bad music, upside music is going on in the national as well as the international arena regarding the authenticity of Ayurveda, regarding the how it is this system is evaluated nowadays. Some people ask when so advanced, so called so advanced. Yes, it is advanced in the sense of surgery, in the development of the antibiotics, and the many more, and the many more. I agree with this, and I appreciate all the core scientists as well as the medical scientists to establishing the conventional system of medicine known as allopathy or the conventional up to such an advanced stage. Yes, really, it is really adorable, admirable, and we do it. People ask whether before this particular advanced system of medicine, there is a need of any alternative system of medicine, or the traditional system of medicine, or the complementary system of the medicine, or the herbal medicine, or the acupressure. Many more names are there all over globe. The question is very justified, genuine, and inviting attention of everyone who is in the healthcare system, who is a health professional, must think on this. Yes, these traditional system of medicines is really important because their reach is to the last citizen, to the last common man of that particular country. Whatsoever name is there. In Indian subcontinent we call it Ayurveda. In Arabia it is called as Unani. In Tamil Nadu it is some people say it Siddha. Yes, Sri Lanka Siddha. Swaripa, Amchi in the Tibetan region, Chinese system of medicine in China, Korean system, traditional system of medicine, like that. It is all across globe. So, what's the need of the time? It is simply a simple answer: the validation of all doctrines, specifically the quality, safety, efficacy, as well as the clinical therapeutic efficacy of the treatment protocols or the management protocol of these traditional system of medicine in the parameters which is acceptable to all. Yes. So just go on this. And my aim is here to introduce you with all good scientific papers which are continuously being published since decades and the decades, authenticating the Ayurvedic system of medicine for its fundamentals, for its management doctrines, for the quality, safety and efficacy of its medicines, whether of the herbal origin or herbomineral origin, and even the mercury. We use mercury as an ingredient, and this has been noted in a footnote, whether it is the publications of the New York MMR or the WHO, the benchmark of Ayurveda. It is very clearly defined there. In India, some Ayurvedic medicines are intentionally added with some metal and the minerals after their process of the purification and the incineration, when they where they claim that they are converting these industrially toxic material. The word is industrially toxic material to a very good medicinal form, good for the human body. That is the claim of the India, and it's true, really true. We are able to convert these metal and the minerals, including the mercury, into the form of a medicine, which we call Ayurvedic medicine. We are making some formulations along with some herbs, along with some other metallic bhasmas, and this mercurial form is just used here as a medicine. So, friends, in this series, the scientific salutation to Ayurveda, I am starting with my own paper, but it is not limited to my papers only, which are very much limited in number. I shall depict before you the publications of other scientists also, who are making a very pioneer contribution in the field of Ayurveda, one by one, because this show on the YouTube channel of mine is not going to stop in 2 series or the 5 series or the 10 series. My planning is to share with you all these things for years and years. And when the planning is for years and years, then certainly the next or maybe the next, I shall be with in this series train the tradition with some very good scientific papers from all across globe with many leading researchers, not limited to myself only. Fine. So the title is here, trained with the tradition. We have to make this traditional system of medicine in the current trend. It's viral nowadays in the now phenomenon. So first I am just taking today is about the mercury. And in India, there is the Indian National Academy of Science situated in the Bangalore, and they published a paper, journal, Current Science, every month, 10th and the 25th, they published a new issue. And here is the paper published into the Current Science in the 25th April 2018. My dear friends, I apologize for your inconvenience because I am unable to use any board because due to my some fracture in the left leg, I am unable to stand, and so I am just moving on the walker, and so please bear with me when I am just speaking and making this presentations before you. It will take, I think, in the August I shall be fully functional. Then certainly I shall write and make some figures and draw many things, which is the requirement for the better understanding of the subject or the theme. So here, it is the Current Science, name of the journal. If you log on if you Google it, then just type Current Science. And in the Current Science, the 25th April issue of the 2018, here is a paper that is mercury really toxic? The way forward for its judicious medicinal application based on the therapeutic doctrines of Ayurveda. Yes, I just raised this question before you in my first episode of the Train with the Tradition, because I have seen, and today also I am a student, but when I was just pursuing a degree of the postgraduate in the Banaras Hindu University, one nurse came, and when he came to know that we are preparing some medicine in the mercury, he ran away from the department. Oh no, how you can use the mercury in such a way? Yes, you will think about it, but here in India, we are using this mercury as a medicine, and certainly any Ayurvedic physicians any Ayurvedic physician or the physicians who are in the roaring practice, somehow they use these mercurial medicines and the metallic medicines like Swarna Bhasma, Rajat Bhasma, Tamra Bhasma, all these preparations which are very very effective in the very very chronic disorder or even in the some acute condition, and people are getting result. So just I am going to sensitize you to what the paper is, and I request all of you, I suggest all of you that please go through this paper of the current science. Once again, I just read the its title: Is mercury really toxic? Question mark. The way forward for its judicious medicinal applications based on the therapeutic doctrines of Ayurveda. Friends, it's a journal of science, and I can share with you when we submitted it to the 2017 to the editor, they took about 9 months for its acceptance. They queried a lot, and finally the struck was on its title. They were not ready to publish the title Therapeutic Doctrines. Then I said strictly, then I am withdrawing my paper from your journal. My title will be the same. And thanks to the editors, they understood the problem, what the message I am willing to convey to the world, and they permitted us to keep this title, the Therapeutic Doctrines of Ayurveda. They were asking to just publish that how it is not toxic. But I was, and we were, the second author, Dr. Kapil Dev, we were of the opinion that no, we want to share its therapeutic value to the all scientific words. So after a discussion of almost 15 days, this title was agreed upon by both of us, that is the editorial board and we authors, and this got published on the 25th April 2018. Friends, what this paper contains, why I am initiating with this paper? This paper is describing the all forms of the mercury, industrial mercury, that is the elemental mercury, inorganic mercury, organic mercury, vaporized form of the mercury in the categories of the elemental mercury. We are just here review its absorption rate, which are published by many leading scientists from all across globe, from the laboratories of the USA and the Europe and Australia. All these 66 references almost are here in this write-up, and if one will go with this, and you will find it that yes, there is a very very real scientific approach in all these findings, where they are saying that the vaporized mercury is the most dangerous form of the mercury, which just produce the neurotoxicity. They also published that the methyl form of the organic form of the mercurial compounds cross the blood-brain barrier, cross the placenta, and it is absorbed in the GIT 80-90%. Whereas they are saying that the inorganic forms of the mercury, they are absorbed into the human body in the rate of the 7 to 8% only, and their excretory rate is very high. Whereas this organic compounds of the mercury, their absorption rate is very high and excretory rate is very delayed. And one more paper was published in the IJPS, Indian Journal of the Pharmaceutical Sciences from the India, that is from the Dr. G. Gangadharan, about the link chindurum, and they have published all these findings, how it is being absorbed and how it is being excreted, apart from this our paper. So, all dear stakeholders, I am just putting the point here that the Ayurveda use this mercury into its inorganic form, and that is the mostly this mercuric sulfide. Somehow in the 2-3 preparations, mercury chloride is also used, but its the external application mainly, that is the Raskarpur and the Raspoj. Whereas the Rasindu or the any forms of the Parpati or any forms of the Potali, or all these are the terminologies, and I shall come to you on the different sessions for the better understanding of these mercurial products, what you call Kajali, what you may call Parpati, what you may call Potali, and what is the Kupi Pakwaras. All these are the different Ayurvedic terminology. But the final product of all these with the different temperature process and the manufacturing method is that product is near about the mercuric sulfide. And there are some changes with the different temperature range and the duration. For example, Kajali is being prepared on the room temperature, whereas Parpati is in the level of the 100 or the 120 degree. Potali is being prepared up to the 350 degree, whereas the Kutupadasa is going on the around the 600 degrees centigrade. So when the temperature and the pressure are different, there is some different structural changes which has been proved by us, and we have published paper and paper from the Trombay or the to say that the Bhabha Atomic Research Centers are also there. They are showing that what is the structure of the Rasindur and what is the structure of the different proportion of the Gandhak, sulfur and the mercury when they are being prepared, what they are. So in this review paper, all these things are there. Not only this, in this review paper, the all formulations where the mercurial compounds are there given, that is also given in table form, and that table I can't show you here, but that table is on page number that issue 1652, Current Science volume 114, number 8, 25th April 2018. If you just go through this paper and all the indications of the compounds of the mercury are just quoted here, and then certainly we have given one table, the hazardous effect of the mercury, what is explained in the toxic link or the many other journals, and even the EPA of the USA is also talking about the same. And then we have justified here table 4, that is the indication of the mercury based formulation. Here we have quoted the Rasindur, Makardhwaj, Ekangi, Ras, and many more, even the modern preparations also, which are from the proprietary medicines like Edijoa and many more where these things are used. So what is my point here? I just want to sum it before you all. In these processes, what we call in our terminology Sodhan, Maran, Sanskar are really responsible for this conversion of industrially toxic mercury material into the form of a magic remedy, which is really very much beneficial to the human body. And one point more I wish to quote here. Here is a paper published into the Indian Journal of Traditional Knowledge back in the 2010 by the R.C. Kapoor. And R.C. Kapoor is the astrophysicist. He is not having anything with the Ayurveda, but he has written a very good paper on this metallic preparations of the India. And he quoted there in that paper, yes, you can, it is published into the Indian Journal of Traditional Knowledge. It's a publication of the NISCARE, of the, I can say, University of Science and Technology. They are publishing a lot of journals. Indian Journal of Chemistry, Indian Journal of Physics, and likewise it is the Indian Journal of the Traditional Knowledge. So here in this paper it has been quoted very well that the West also tried to use this mercury into the form of a medicine. Galen, Paracelsus in the 2nd century, 5th century, and they continuously tried to make this mercury into the form of a medicine up to the 14th and the 16th century, and they just got little bit success in the treatment of the syphilis with the external application of this inorganic form of the mercury chloride, and they published it. And one book is in the library, in the American Defense Library, published in the 1826, that is the uses and abuses of the mercury. That particular book, if you see there on the Google, it is available. They are just showing the whole narratives of the applications of the mercury by the Western scientists of that time. They tried it hard, the application of the calomel and the many things, but they could not succeed it. There was a toxicity and they have published all these things into the BMJ. Yes, I have seen all those issues. But in India, we can say that our acharyas of the rasas, or the our Vedic acharyas, are successful in the invention of the process of the purification, what we call sodhan, the process of the maran, what we call the incineration, and the sanskar is specifically related to the mercury. We call mercury in our language parar and the rust, and that is the only point where we succeeded and got the many things which are converting this mercurial form of the mercury into the form of a medicine. It's a really very elaborative, very scientific subject, and this paper is helping in the understanding of this primary things. And just go through this paper, and you will able to get it that yes, whatever we are using in the mercury into the form of a medicine, that is based on the research of 1500 years. Yes, I mean it. They have researched. They started this our book Rasharano and the Rasatnakar. They started writing about the mercury and its alchemical uses, and then they passed the 500 years for the making of the food. Then they took more 1000 years for its all safety and the toxicity study, and from 11th century it was accepted as a main medicinal unit which are used from the metallic origin or the mercurial origin, and from that time only I can say about 1300 years, 1300 years we are using it, and this paper is highlighting the good effects, and we have established that this mercury is not toxic provided it is pharmaceutically specifically produced by the following Ayurvedic pharmaceutics given into the rasas, and this must be used therapeutically as per our doctrines, not in any dose, not indefinite duration, but there are the certain things given, and I'm not going to quote it. You have to go through this paper and the other textbooks there, that is the Rasat Samuchaya, that is the Rastarangani, to get it understand how this herbal decoction is used with the adjunct here, or the other herbal powders which is used with this particular mercurial products or the metallic products are different as per the diseases and for the need of our. So my dear friends, with this first episode of the Train with the Traditions, I just recommend you, I suggest you, I request you to please go through this paper published into the Current Science, and that is the 2018. It is open access, it is freely available, and the issue is 25th April 2018, and once again I wish to repeat, volume 114, 114, number 8, and with this I wish that you must go through this and see all the references. Really these are about 76, and these 76 references are very authentic, and we try to convey you that mercurial medicines of Ayurveda are not toxic, they are of quality use, and if judicious applications are there, it is a magic remedy, really magic remedy, and very much beneficial to the human body. Thank you all.